Okay, 9.1, you're going to be solving quadratic equations. Pretty much the same thing we've been doing. You're going to need to factor. You have a problem like, let's see, x squared. Like x squared plus 3x plus 2. And that would equal 0. You're going to pretty much do the same thing we've been doing. You're going to factor this side and then set it equal to 0. So you would put the x and x. 2 has to be 1 times 2, which adds to give you 3. So you'll have the two factors equal to 0. Set each one of them equal to 0. X plus 1 equals 0. And x plus 2 equals 0. So you'll subtract 1 from both sides here. One answer is -1. The other answer is -2. So that's pretty much what you've already been seeing. That's not going to be that much different. Okay. If you have one you don't have to factor, like this, you may have a greatest common factor also. You're going to factor it out. The x factors out. So you have x times x plus 5 equals 0. Set each one of these factors, the x equal to 0, and the x plus 5 equals 0. So there's one answer right there. X equals 0. X plus 5 equals 0 gives you the answer -5. So you have the 0 and the -5 as answers. Okay, you may have some that are in fraction form, so we'll do a few of them like that. Okay, I'm going to do one that you don't have on your homework. How about number 52? You have 8 over x plus 2 plus 8 over x minus 2 equals 3. So we're going to be solving for x. What we really don't want is fractions, right? We don't like fractions. So if we can get a common denominator on the bottom, like if we had a problem, let me do a real quick thing. If we had like x over 6 plus 3 over 6 equals 5 over 6. If you had something like that where it has a common denominator, if you multiply both sides times that common denominator of 6 like this, it gets rid of that denominator. So you have the basic problem, x plus 3 equals 5. You just do the top part. So what we want to do is we want to get a common denominator so we can just drop it off. So once you have the common denominator, you'll be able to just go get rid of it and solve the top part. So that's what we're going to want to do here. We want a common denominator on both sides. You want it on this side and this side. So our common denominator will be x plus 2, x minus 2, right? So this one we need to multiply by x minus 2. So the top, multiply it by x minus 2. X minus 2, we're going to need to multiply it by x plus 2. So the top is multiplied by x plus 2. The 3 has to be multiplied by both of them because it's like over 1. So we're going to have to multiply the top times x plus 2, x minus 2. This is the difference of squares, right? if you actually FOILed this out, you would have x squared minus 4. So let's just multiply the top times this and it'll be a lot easier. So next to our 3, we're going to have x squared minus 4, and that looks a little messy, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're going to come down. Let me just cover that part up for right now, because it's kind of distracting. So we have the 3 times x squared minus 4. Okay, so let's bring it down. The 8 times x minus 2 will be 8x minus 16. The second part here, we have a positive 8 times x plus 2. So we have positive 8x, and then positive 8 times 2 will be plus 16. And then we have our x minus 4 multiplied by 3. So that will equal, I'm going to go a little bit crooked here, 3 times the x squared minus 4 is 3x squared minus 3 times 4, 12. Okay, now we're only working with this part. They all have the common denominator, so we don't even have to put that and cancel it. Okay, now we're just going to work with this. We got rid of our fraction. Okay, 8x plus 8x, 16x. Okay, plus 16 and minus 16? 0. We can leave that out. Equals 3x squared minus 12. Okay, so we need to get our x over here. We're going to subtract 16x from both sides. So that will give us 0 equals 3x squared, and then the x term, minus 16x, and then our minus 12. Is there something we can factor out? The 3 won't factor out. It does these, but not that. So we're going to have to use the 3 and 1 in front of our x. So to factor this, we know we have 3x and 1x, or just x. Okay. We have the 1 times 12.
Can you factor the 3 out of all of them first?
No, the 16 won't divide by 3. Yeah, we would have done that if we could have. It would have made it a lot simpler. Okay, the 3 and 1 has to be multiplied by some of these.
6 and 2.
The 6 and 2. Ray says it's a 6 and 2. So let's see, the 3 times 1 or 1 times 3. We've got 6 and 6. That doesn't subtract to give us 16. How about 2 and 18? That's the one, right? Okay, the 2 times 1. So this 1 here, or the 1x, will be multiplied by 2. Here gives us 2. The 6 has to be multiplied by the 3. So the 6 times 3 for our 18. And we need to have a negative 16. So the 18, right, 18 needs negative, 2 needs to be positive. So this one will be positive, and this one will be negative. Okay, now we need to solve it. Let's solve for x, and we'll have our answers. But that's still not the last step. Okay, we have 0 equals 3x plus 2 times x minus 6. Okay, we're going to get rid of that for now. Okay, set.
Time.
Okay.